what we're going to try to do is have a really frank, engaged conversation about value proposition and think about what it means for Jewish day schools. We'll get a working definition that we can all agree to. How many of you work in environments where yours is the only day school in your immediate area? How many of you work in a school where the local public schools are pretty good, a viable option for the families you serve? Okay? How many of you work in a school where the local public schools are fundamentally unviable? Put your hands up high, really high on this one. Check it out, okay? So can we stop talking about the public schools the way we often talk about them, right? Okay, thank you. Jewish families broadly live in environments where the public schools are good. How many of you work in an environment where there's an active, viable, independent school market of which your school is a part, meaning all kinds of independent schools? How many of you are in an environment where Jewish kids are filling up those independent schools, right? And for how many of you, if you have the longevity, know that this represents a change? Meaning a decade ago or a generation ago, Jewish kids didn't go to these independent schools, and now these independent schools have opened up to the Jewish kids. So from all the hands that kept shooting up and down, what's a good summary statement about the environment in which we are working today? Wow, okay. One person will speak and nobody else will. Describe the environment we're working in.
Diverse. Highly competitive. Challenging.
Let's unpack these things for a minute. Highly competitive. The notion of school choice is the way people think about education today. And there are lots of great options. Let's unpack fickle. Fickle really is about how people perceive themselves and their needs. Identity has become highly idiosyncratic and highly volatile. Identity has moved into the marketplace. Like everything else in the West, it has moved into the marketplace. So think about what that means for Jewish schools. What is the one thing your school is that no other school, or very few other schools in your marketplace is? And that's what we've got to figure out, because that's what's going to make you the standout in the marketplace. Value proposition is this idea that was parachuted into the nonprofit world courtesy of the for-profit world. And in the for-profit world, value proposition is something that businesses hang their hat on a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. And this is what they say. A value proposition is a statement that summarizes why a customer should buy the product or service. The statement should convince the potential customer that one particular product or service will add more value or better solve a problem than similar offerings. Said differently, a value proposition for a Jewish day school is a clear statement of the tangible results a family gets by enrolling, investing their children in a school. And the more specific your value proposition is, the better. Your value proposition is playing in a marketplace where your value propositions sound like everybody else's value proposition, okay? Think about the one or two things that really capture someone's ear, capture their attention, get them in the heart and the kishkas, and make them, instead of say, "So what?" you want them to say more.